It's time for Inside the Patch with your Las Vegas Raiders. Here's Gnarley Charley.
It is Inside the Patch. And as always, our special guest, we have the professor of the perfect rotation basketball training device, Mr. Mitch Adams. Look at that thing. You want to get your kids in the pros? He's got the answer right there. Want to be a warrior? You could do it. Just see the professor. And Mitch, we got a big show today, but tell me what's going on. Who'd you bring for show and tell?
Oh, my goodness. Show and tell. The old high school rival from Oakland.
Oh.
I went to Skyline High in Oakland, and our biggest rival was Oakland High, where Lorenzo Lynch went. And, you know, the crazy thing is the two of us have so many mutual friends. And and we were talking the other day. I didn't even realize he used to work at the Coliseum at Volume Services like I did, selling, hot dogs and stuff in the stands. But you're a couple years older than me, Lorenzo, so maybe we did about 1 year together. And, it's crazy. But welcome, Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Good to have you,
Lynch.
Man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, Mitch. But like you said, man, that's the beauty of growing up in Oakland that I think, because although it's small, it's kind of big, because, like you say, you went to Skyline, I went to Oakland High, but we knew a lot of people who ran in some of the same circles. So I think that's the beauty of growing up in Oakland, man. You get a chance to know everybody from all different type of backgrounds, all different kind of race. And I love growing up there, because to me, it was like the epic melting pot, man.
It definitely was. Yes.
I think Oakland, it's like a big city, but it's a small city, but it's really a big city, but they didn't get the memo. Like, they don't realize how big their city is.
Well, it's probably shrinking, but there is speaking of Oakland, I understand you're coming back, Lorenzo, to talk to some kids. Can you just talk a little bit about that really quick, and then we'll get into some Raider stuff?
Yeah, well, a friend of mine who I went to school with, who I actually talked into, coming out to the Coliseum working. My friend by the name of Morel Drake, you went to school together with him, played on the football team as well with him. It's just by circumstances, this dude is the head coach of the JV program now.
Yes.
So he called me and told me about his position. I congratulated him. He said, "Oh yeah, Zo, by the way, when can you be out this way? I need you to come talk to the kids." Well, it just so happened that my mom's birthday is on the 5th. My birthday is on the 6th. I'm coming out there. Mom's turning 80 years old. We having a big celebration out there in Sacramento. So I said, you know what? Instead of flying in a sack, I fly into Oakland, spend a day or two out there, catch up with some old friends, and then head up to Sac to see Mom. So it's a win-win.
Very nice. And again, we talk about how close that relationship is. Morel grew up a block from me. And, I've known him since I was, a little kid. And he was always the big guy in the neighborhood. And, whenever Morel came to the playground, it was like, okay, be on your best behavior because you don't want to make Morel mad.
Hey, so Lorenzo, you had the Bears. You were Bears, Cardinals, and you ended up with Raiders. But growing up, you were probably a Raider fan because of Oakland. So was that kind of weird when you had to play against them?
Man, I'm telling the truth, man. To make that full circle, man, and just like Mitch talking about, to be actually to sell hot dogs and peanuts at the Coliseum, and when I went to Oakland High, we was 10-0. So, but we never got a chance to play in Oakland. So that's always have been a lifelong dream of mine. And so, when I got an opportunity to play with them, all that stuff played into my mind. It seemed like Al Davis was in my mind because he mentioned some of those things. He said, you grew up in Oakland. They was in LA at the time, but they was that next season that they was coming back to Oakland. He said, we're going back to Oakland. You're going to get to play in Oakland in front of your hometown, all your family. He said, don't you want that type of opportunity? And then, just hearing what people always say, when he extend his hand and look you in your eyes and shake your hand and squeeze it, then he mean what he say. And when he did all those things, I said, man, I'm going to Oakland. I get to go back home. So I grew up watching them. Matter of fact, they did this one. This is weird right here, man. They did this one story. They was doing Al Davis, the Maverick, right? So my dad had got me 2 tickets to go to the game. So me and one of my neighbors went to the game. Here I am, about 10, maybe 12 years old in the stands. I think somebody had just scored a touchdown. They zoomed the camera in on me. I'm freaking going, wow. And just to be able to go from that picture to actually playing in the Coliseum as a Raider, that's why I tell kids all the time, dreams come true, man.
Wow.
I mean, come on, man. I wish I had that clip. I know a friend of mine do have it. I wish I had it. I'd have had it on here tonight.
Oh.
That was awesome.
So I played at Tom Flores Stadium. I was from Sanger, and we had Daryl LaMonica, and we have a lot of Raiders in our area in Central California. But it's nice to hear that, that you, like, that was your home team, even though you weren't on their team. But when you came home, it just felt like the ultimate homecoming. But how much did you have to spend on tickets for family?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Come on, man. I couldn't get enough. I could not have. If I have 50 tickets, guess what? I can't get enough. It's not enough, man. So, I mean, one time my dad used to be, you know what, how the players come eat before we go to the game, that you got to check in that morning. Man, Pop's out there still asking for tickets. I'm like, dude, come on, man. I got a game. I don't no more tickets, Pops. No more. I can't do it. But it was expensive, man. Because, you know, you just can't make everybody happy.
I was watching some of your highlights.
Oh, no.
So I was
watching some of your highlights, and it was a game against Kansas City. And man, there were some hits that are illegal now that I saw in this game. Those blindside smacks. So what was your hardest hit given and received in the NFL?
Let me see. Hardest hit. Let me see. Hardest hit given. I don't know. I can't say this was one of my hardest hits given, but it was my most satisfying.
What was that?
Is when I got Barry Sanders one-on-one. Now, you know, they do, for one person to get Barry Sanders down is, to me, is an accomplishment, because the dude was so slippery. He was so elusive, man. Come on, man. I used to hate the week of preparation that had to play him, because it's so, I mean, dude, we got to be so fundamentally sound, so attention to detail. Don't try to tackle him. Don't drop your head. Just grab him. So then we at the Coliseum. I come up on Barry Sanders, right? Come up on Barry Sanders. I don't know how I did this, man. I did some move where I grabbed him behind his collar. I had his leg all at the same time, bent his leg up, pushed his face with the collar all the way in the ground, and I fell on top of him. It was brutal. And then he got up, and he had said some choice words to me, kind of like I was trying to hurt him. But if I did, so what? But anyway, he said some choice words to me. Then I punched him back in the chest. I say, I thought you was a Christian.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but then, you know, I probably really took a lot of blows on special teams. That's when you get blindsided. Man. You get your clock rung on special teams. So I was always on the receiving end of those. I mean, on the giving part of those, I didn't really receive a lot of blows, and that's one of the reasons why I chose defense opposed to offense.
Right.
You know, I don't know how my nephew did it, but I don't want nobody chasing me. I want to chase them.
Well, your nephew delivered quite a few blows himself from the running back position.
Oh, yeah.
For those that don't know, the nephew is Marshawn Lynch.
Hey, there's no Marshawn without you.
So he delivered.
You showed him beast mode. There's no Marshawn without him seeing you and growing up and you making him tough. I know that.
Yeah, you know, coming from a kid, and that's why y'all remember Hubert Dixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hubert Dixon used to play with the Raiders. When I was in the 7th grade, I went to summer school at Oakland Tech. Hubert Dixon had coached the PE class. Okay, it was conditioning. And so he was doing all these drills, and he said, whoever can do the most push-ups or sit-ups or pull-ups in a minute, you're going to win, and you get to go on this special trip. Well, the special trip was to go to Santa Rosa to the Raiders training camp. Mm-hmm. So I end up winning, which I know he probably was going to take everybody anyway, but I end up winning in the sit-ups department. So I actually went on a trip, and I got a chance to go to the Raiders facility. But I'm talking about back then, man, players so cool. We in a locker room. I saw my hero of all time was Jack Tatum. And I actually talked to him. He gave me a rip pad with the number 32 on it, man. I cherish that thing, man. And so when a player was a kid can actually go interact with a player, you see him and you like, damn, he played, he looked just like me. I mean, I maybe I could do this one time. It's almost like it can make your visions and dreams like into a reality. Because if he doing it and he looked like this, man, maybe I could do it. You know what I mean?
Life changing.
So as a kid for Marshawn, growing up, being around it, seeing it. It make that dream more realistic, and that's why I want to go talk to those kids at Oakland High. I want them to know it ain't no different from me and you. You know what I'm saying? It's just all going to be about your will and your determination, and you never giving up, because you're gonna run into some obstacles where you want to quit. You was trying to figure out if this really for me. You know what I mean? But that's in everything. But if you just continue to drive and continue to go, continue to believe in yourself and forget the naysayers, because they gonna come. You know what I mean? And dude, look, it can happen.
You need to write a book called LLL, Lorenzo Lynch Laws.
LLL, man, because you know what, dude? I got some stories that a lot of people probably never even heard. How I even got in the NFL, dude.
Yeah.
Well, tell us.
You know what I mean?
Tell us, Lorenzo.
I wasn't your typical, dude. I wasn't your typical go to high school, get a scholarship, go to a D1, play 3 years, be all conference, all this, and get drafted into the NFL. No, dude. I was the opposite. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get drafted. I walked on to Sacramento State for one. You know what I mean? Just walked on. They didn't know me. Went down there, introduced myself. So they go, dude, this might take a minute, but I'm gonna try to make it fast as I can. Because this is some real good stuff. Hey, dude, this is some real stuff about Lorenzo Lynch that I think that sometimes a kid who not the top of your class, the not top of the team. This is something for him. Okay, walked on to Sac State, went down there to introduce. Well, I got into school through the Equal Opportunity Program to begin with. Walked down there, introduced myself. They say you don't have enough transfer over units to get in this year, but maybe you could come out next year. Just pass all these classes. Passed all my classes. I used to listen to the games. They used to come on the radio when they go away. So I just lay at home, listen to the radio, tell some of my friends, I'll catch y'all later. I want to hear the game. So I just had this thought that, man, maybe if I go practice with the team, I could come out and be, I could be ready for next year. So I went to go talk to them. They said, yeah, son, you could come out. They don't even know me. They said, yeah, son, you could come out a couple days a week. Went to go get some equipment. So I started this being, working on scout team. If they coming against a receiver, I be the receiver, tearing their ass up, right? So I be the running back on them. So yeah, the coach is starting to look at me and know. But then the very next year, I'm on a team. We at UOP. I'm starting free safety, MVP of the game. You know what I mean? 15 tackles, and dude, the next is legendary. I end up going. I played the next year. I end up going. I I played MVP of the conference. Yeah, MVP of the whole conference, dude. And then I didn't get drafted. I tell you what, Dallas Cowboys called me and they say, the 10th round about to start. If nobody take you, we gonna draft you. Oh, dude, I'm excited. I'm getting drafted. I'm about to get drafted, right? Draft over. Nobody signed me. They called me. They say, nobody signed you, but we would like to sign you for a free agent, right? Cool. Go to my mother's house. It's 3 teams at my mother's house. And when I tell you we live in Oakland on the bottom, dude, I don't even, bro, I came from the bottom. So anyway, I got San Diego Chargers, Green Bay Packers, and Dallas Cowboys at my mother's house.
Wow.
I had this agent, Jeff Bowers, out of Stockton, and it was 3 teams just, so we said, we'll make up our mind. Let's just see who we'll go with tomorrow. Let's just let me talk to them all tomorrow, and we'll find out who we'll go with. We end up going with Dallas Cowboys because they gave me $2,500, the most money right there for me. So took the money, went to Cowboys, played all I was up there about 2 weeks. Tom Landry, I get cut, right? Cool, no problem. Go up to Tom Landry. I say, hey, look, don't we get paid for these weeks we was here? He said, yes, son. Your plane ticket and your final check is downstairs waiting on you. Get the check, go home. But my father had flew out there because we scrimmaged the Raiders the day before. My father said, if I was you, I wouldn't even unpack my bags, man. Just leave your bags waiting by the front door. Your phone gonna ring, right? Next morning, Chicago Bears called me early in the morning. They say, son, you ready to go? I say, yes. They say, will somebody call you back with all your flight detail? Boom, they call me back. I'm leaving on a red eye that night, 12 o'clock at night. Get to Chicago. Somebody waiting downstairs for me with a thing, Lorenzo Lynch. They immediately take me straight to the doctor, do my physical, all this type of stuff. Pass the physical, go to the facility. Goddamn, the Kitty Geiger meet me, show me around the facility. Then he take me back over to the dorms. And what it was they hadn't even started yet. The Dallas start early. A lot of teams recruit from them because they used to suck all the players up. So I played all preseason there, right? At the last preseason game, I got cut. But I was about to go home, and then they came up to me and they say, look, we got $1,000 for you right now. We might go on strike. If we go on strike, you come back and play for us. But if we don't strike, you keep the $1,000. You don't owe nobody nothing.
Right.
Cool. I got guaranteed student loan. I need the money, kid.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap this up quick, dude. So okay. So I took the $1,000. I went back to Sacramento. The whole time I said, I hope they go on strike. Right? Boom, my phone ring. They went on strike. So now the Bears fly me back up there. I'm captain of the strike team.
Wow.
We played 3 games, dude. The first game we played in Philadelphia. We went to the stadium at 3:00 in the morning. And we pulled up close to the stadium. They tell everybody to lay down because they was picking They protested. Dude, they were shooting at the bus.
Man.
They were shooting at the bus. So we laid down, went in the stadium. Everybody had a cot in front of they locker. Time to suit up. We suit up, go play the game. Nobody there. Guards all around the perimeter. And so we played 3 games. So at the last of the game, when the strike was over with, we met up in the hotel. Everybody ready to go home, right? Got their playbook, ready to turn your playbook in, get your last check, go home. I get a tap on the shoulder. They say, take your playbook and go back to your room. I say, I'm not going home now. They say, not yet, kid. You know what I mean? So took my playbook, went back to my room. I get a phone call later on that night. They say, be in the lobby tomorrow, 7 a.m. for practice. I say, shit, I'm still on the team.
Yeah.
And there it was, dude.
But did you get
that's how I ended up playing 11 years in the league.
What about those Chicago veterans? Were they like, did they treat you bad because you were the first, because you were a scab player? Were they like, hey, man? Or was it?
Yes.
But then it got better, right?
Yeah, I call hell, Doc. I call hell because, you know, like when we travel, I didn't really know what bus to get on. That nobody don't tell you like you get on bus 2, you get on bus 3. No, we get ready to go to Miami, and I just got on the bus, and so apparently, you know, Dennis McKinnon say, man, get off this bus. Cap.
Oh yeah.
I said, no, he a little receiver, man, and he said, get off the bus. I say, man, I ain't going nowhere. If you want me off, put me off, right? So he came up there. I'm about to beat this dude butt, right? He came up to me, but then look, I'm telling you, this what changed my whole life right here. Cause Walter Payton, he said, hey, little bit. He's called me little bit. He said, hey, little bit. He said, come back here, man. Just come sit back here. He said, man, y'all leave him alone, man. You know what I mean? So I sat back with Walter Payton, and then he gave me some game that changed my life. Check this out. This dude say, look, man, he said, if you fight him right here, they gonna send you home for sure, right? He said, but now, so you gonna have to make every day, every practice is gonna have to be like a game day to you. He said, tape up, strap up, do whatever you got to do, but challenge him, compete with him every day. Take the ball, strip it, do whatever. And then he said he gonna get tired because he ain't gonna want to work like that all the time. He said, but at the end of the day, he gonna come up to you. He gonna try to shake your hand so he could be cool with you. And and you just tell him, nah, I'll see you tomorrow, right? And the exact same thing happened. He said that, he did that. But see, I was listening to Payton. Right. Dude, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. So I kept working him. And see, then I noticed how Dicker will always be looking at me, right? Because I'm challenging them. I'm pushing them. I'm not doing this brother-in-law game because, hey, y'all just hate me for a minute. You know what I mean? So now that had became my MO. Now, being a free agent, I can't take no time off, dude. I don't get no. Right. You know how some people get a first round draft pick, the team got, you know, millions invested in you. So you get some leeway. Lorenzo Lynch didn't have no leeway. Dicker used to always say, I'm going to give you an apple and a bus ticket home. You know what I mean? So I never could take no time off, dude. Man. So,
but look what it did for you. Got you 11 years, man.
Without a doubt, man. And then, you know what? It's some of the cats in the league, and this is what I appreciate the most, because I don't care what the fans, a lot of fans think, but when you get the respect from some of them players, man, who the Emmitt Smith and the Michael Irvings and them type cats, man, when they see you out and they acknowledge you and they know you know, even Shannon Sharp, I saw him at a Mike Tyson fight. And when I first signed with the Raiders, you know, he said, oh God, I'm gonna have to deal with you. You know what I mean? Because he was with them.
Yeah.
You know, so that became my MO, just hard working. And Tim Brown, dude, he hated me. We was on the same team because I used to challenge him in practice all the time. And really, you know, he Tim Brown, nobody touch him. He off limits, but I didn't care, man.
That's right.
He didn't know where I came from. You know.
Wow. That is a fabulous story, man. That's
a book, Lorenzo. I'm telling you.
What it reminded me of, speaking as a Raider, Eddie Anderson went through the same thing. Came in during the strike shortened season, and then wound up starting for the Raiders for a number of years. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know that.
33.
I played a season. I played a season with Eddie Anderson.
Same thing for him. He came in and got the tap like you did. Don't turn your playbook and stay here. And he wound up starting.
Oh, my God.
For years.
Dude, I did not know that.
I mean, but Walter Payton was the guy that gave you the gold nugget, the golden ticket by just saying that and telling you it changed your life. And he's the greatest of all time, man. I mean, come on. That's awesome.
He was the greatest of all time. And we was in practice, and I didn't know that, and this was during the training camp, I didn't know that you wasn't supposed to hit Walter Payton in practice. So he did a sweep. Look, this dude did a sweep. I came up on a corner and I lit him up, right? But he jumped up and pulled me up before everything happened. And then Big Steve McMichaels came and hit me. And here I am, man, probably $190 fighting Steve McMichaels, right? And you know Steve McMichaels. This dude arms is of somebody's leg, dude. So I'm fighting this dude, man. They got to pull me off. They separated us. It was a big pile, dude. I ran and jumped over the pile to try to get to this dude, man. And then all of a sudden, I just see Mike Dicker looking like who is this dude?
What is he thinking?
You know what I mean?
Was Mike Dick?
I think it helped me.
Okay. I could tell it helped you. I could tell that whole experience. Maybe without that whole scab thing, maybe you don't even get to the pros. I mean, it made you had to fight to get in there.
You had to fight, man. Story. And not only that, it almost gave them because with Walter Payton used to always say, if you're gonna get cut, make it be a tough decision for the team.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that way, it just gave them to get a longer look at me.
Yeah.
Because now I'm captain of the strike team. I was just there for 4 whole weeks, maybe 5, the week before everybody got there, and then all through training camp. So I knew exactly what was going on. Right. So now I really get to shine now. I really kind of like show off, got my shirt tied all up tight, got my below the calf going, I'm shined all up. Come on. Hey, see all this, baby. I'm not going back. I ain't going back home. I don't have no plan. I don't have no plan B, dude.
Wow. That is great.
Wow.
I'm telling you, you should be a motivational speaker and write a book. Me and Mitch are sitting there just on the edge of our seats going, wow. Man,
on the edge.
That's just good stuff.
Oh, man, that's a great story, man.
Oh, dude, come on, man. Coming from Oakland, man, with no scholarship. I can't say really no scholarship because Sacramento State, I'm telling you the truth, they did look out for me.
Right. Well, what was it?
Sac State, I love those dudes.
Besides Walter Payton, I mean, did you have a moment in the NFL where, I don't know, you get tackled somebody, you go, I can't believe I just tackled him, or just like somebody you always looked up to all your life?
Hey, dude, this one get me right now because, dude, I took Herschel Walker down by myself.
Wow.
And when I was with the Raiders, when he was with the Cowboys,
right?
They gave him a screen, Doc. Herschel Walker just got a screen, and it's just me and him, dude.
Bam,
bro. I came to do with everything I had, man. Well, hey, I dove into him with everything I had. I thought I lost him, but he stumbled and he went on down. So, dude, for me, dude, that right there, dude, that dude is like a big old rock, man.
It never really hurts when you make the play. It doesn't hurt as much when you nail them. You know what I mean? It's like it's those other plays.
No, man. Matter of fact, man, that was my mission, man. I'm telling you the truth, man. And I don't know, man. We played in a different era from now because nobody wasn't my friend. I didn't like nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't helping nobody. Or, you know what I mean? I wasn't even their friend. I didn't even like them.
Well, there are these new rules now. All these new rules that it's like it's for the offense. There's no defensive help. They don't even know how to tackle now because what's that hip drop thing they just came up with? That's going to be a problem.
Oh my God, man! Matter of fact, man, I was just at the combine camp because my son started this whole new business. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send him a shout out. If anybody need any type of jewelry, whatever you need, your wife, your grandmother, your son, anybody. They do wedding rings. They do. Just look up Lynch Jewelers.
Lynch Jewelers.
You can go on Instagram, or you can go Lynch Jewelers on TikTok. You'll see all the stuff that he do. And so I'm proud of him. I push him. I help him. So we had went to the combine camp because he had a couple kids that he had did some pieces for. You'll see them when they on draft day, when they come out with all their little stuff on, you'll see it. So anyway, so we had to draft, and I got a chance to see some of the kids. And I just lost the point that I was trying to make.
The new rules, the new rules that have changed. And
yeah. Yeah. So see, man, with that, man, they got all the money though. You know what I'm saying? So how can you argue with that? I mean, maybe if I was getting 30, 40 million a year, I'd probably be on the field making some business decisions too.
Hey. Well, speaking of some new rules and things, or the new Raiders, what would a guy like Christian Wilkins do to a defense if you were like when you were playing and you got somebody of that caliber to come in and just to go along with a Max Crosby? What does he do for that team?
Man, you know what? He actually put some pressure on the offense because now you can't just single Max Crosby out. You're gonna have to maybe put him some one-on-one, maybe get that back to chip on him because he gonna create a lane of his own on the other side. So I think two heads is always better than one.
Right.
It's gonna elevate. He can elevate Crosby game, and they both could win, man. So now they just can't be singling Crosby out. You know what I mean? So it can help them, Doc. They need that help.
Would you like to play for Antonio Pierce?
That's gonna be.
Would that have been a coach you would have loved to play for?
Oh my God, yes. Man, you know what? I was just sitting up here thinking, man. And when I think of Pierce, I think of Deion Sanders, and I think of like Mike Ditka, because it's almost like a player who done played the game, a player who done been in the trenches, a player who done been doing all the stuff he trying to talk you into doing or telling you about. He been there, Doc.
Yeah.
And then Pierce at the highest level. So don't he got a Super Bowl ring?
Yeah, he did with the Giants.
Yes.
Didn't he get a ring? So see, he been there, dude. So what would it be like for a younger guy to hear somebody from? I'm not just talking about it. I actually been about it.
Right.
So that's how I felt with Ditka. You know, I'm like, here this dude is. He actually played. He was rough. He was tough. So it was an honor and a privilege for me to learn and be up under somebody like that. That's just how I think of Pierce. That's how I think about somebody like Deion Sanders going there, man. Dude, you could win those kids over so easy because they gonna buy in because you're not up there just blowing smoke.
Right.
You done been through all the stuff you tell them about. So I thought that move was great. I kind of like his whole approach to the whole situation. And I think the Raiders made an excellent choice, man.
Absolutely. Yes. Now, Gnarley and I have talked about him having that it, and we couldn't put our finger on that it. And I scanned the whole league like, who else has that it? And the only other person that has it, like Antonio Pierce, you just called his name, Deion Sanders. That's the only. That's major college. But look at the excitement he brought to Colorado or Boulder last year. Yes. And even though, they won the first 3 or the first 4, and nobody expected that. Watch what they do this year. And then conversely, watch what the Raiders do and the excitement that when the new free agents after June 1 are available,
I really believe that.
Watch how many go to
the players, they just bought in. They kind of bought into it. And so I really think it's gonna be great. I mean, I hate that they lost a running back though. You know.
Yeah.
Jacobs.
Yeah.
Well,
they picked up.
That was.
I heard.
Yeah, that's a tough loss.
But
they did pick up Alex Alexander.
Yeah, from
Matheson,
Minnesota.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, from the Vikings.
The Vikings.
You know what?
And then they have Abdullah and Zamir White still. So, they're going to
last season, right before they played the Denver Broncos, they were going to just do a walkthrough practice. Their last practice before they played Denver, they're already out of the playoffs. And coach got out there and said, you know what? I don't want to end the season like this. This is practice. And instead of doing the walkthrough, they put their pads on and they hammered it down for 2 hours. And Max Crosby was telling the story how the season's over, last practice, and they were just going to walk through. And the players said, "No, let's hit, let's play hard," and it brought that whole feeling into the game.
See,
it changed everything.
Yes. See, man. That's that it factor that the players they in is over with. What they really out there for. You know what I mean? A lot of these people, some team, these kids already got they reservations, they vacations set all up. They ain't got nothing to lose. But for the players to believe in what the coach was saying and go in there and put it on the line, see, that's that winning it factor you was talking about, man.
Yeah, now
you can get them to buy in.
Yeah.
Now, so Lorenzo, if you were running this team right now and you're approaching this draft, what do you think the Raiders need in the first round and maybe the second round to help get them over the proverbial hurdle? Because I know what I've heard, but what do you, as a former player, as a former Raider, what do you think the team needs to really make that splash?
I mean, I like the quarterback. I like what he did. He stepped in after Garoppolo and he did the best he could do. But I would like to get me a good, solid somebody just to compete against him. A good, solid quarterback, a backup. If he's gonna be a backup, somebody good, solid that we could depend on just in case anything happened. Right
now, is that Minshew? Is Minshew the one that's going to compete with him?
Yes.
Or do we draft?
You're talking about drafting someone, right?
I say draft somebody that could give Minshew just to push him because it's only gonna make them better. You either gonna grow or you're gonna crumble. And that's when you want to find out though in training camp, right? And then I would love to stole. You got to have. I'm telling you the truth, dude. To me, you don't have no team without no offensive line. Make sure that offensive line is solid, right? You say they got some pieces at running back, all right, so that's cool. We did lose. Didn't we lose Adams?
No, we still have Adams.
No.
We still got Devontae.
Okay, I thought
we got Adams,
but we still got him. Devontae, we still got him, right?
Receiving core is there. Receiving core is there. Okay, we got that.
You said on that, and then like you said, the D line. Make sure that D line is intact, and some running back and some linebackers that can run, on the outside, and always can get you can't keep enough cover corners in there. You know what I mean? Keep you a couple cover corners, man. Even to come in on a nickel package, man. Just dude. And then go in there, man, and get after their ass, dude. That's it. And they got a lot of the pieces there already.
Lorenzo, I got to tell you what I learned today. What I learned today is Lorenzo Lynch told me, he said, I didn't go in the NFL the normal way. And then I heard that you spoke to the Messiah, Walter Payton, and he told you to outwork your guys, outwork them. And that's kind of what the Raiders, Max Crosby, you can't outwork Max Crosby, but he's got that. And you're learning from Walter Payton. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the key. And that's made you who you are.
That's the key.
Yeah.
And then you know what? See, that's why you don't have to be the biggest. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the fastest, but you got to have a mindset to say, you know what? I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna start when that sun go up, and I'm gonna be here until that sun go down. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna wear your ass out, and know what? I'm gonna make your ass like it. If not, then get on. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Hey, dude, that's just it. Cause I mean, dude, come on. Dude, I'm telling the truth, man. I mean, I seen my nephew come out of Cal Berkeley, dude, first round, and I'm saying, man, come on, man. This dude's signing bonus was more than I made in the whole 11-year career, man. Right. You know what I mean, dude? So, come on. I came from school to Hard Knocks.
Well, and now we got Lorenzo jewelry. Lorenzo jewelry is something we need to be doing. Man,
Lorenzo jewelry.
Work hard. Maybe make them heavy so it's a workout. I think that's good.
Hey. Get in there. Give him a chance. He gonna give you his best, and then guess what, Doc? It's a name you can trust.
There it is. I love it. Wow. I love it, man.
Lynch Jewelers.
Man, if you could make a
look, check it out though. He got some good pieces.
I'm all about this.
I'm
telling you,
next.
when you hit the circuit, you get a motivational speaker. Why don't you go speak to the Raiders before every game? That would be great. I think that they need that.
Hey, dude. If Pierce call on me, dude,
I'm gonna send this to him.
I'm right there for the Raiders.
I'm sending him this.
Raiders, man.
I'm gonna send him this interview.
Hey, dude. I'm telling you right now, dude. If the Raiders don't have the best alumni whole program in all of the NFL, dude, come on,
that's one thing.
Come on, man.
You know, Mitch.
I'm so thankful.
Mitch did his legend show at the Coliseum. I'm sure you're aware of that. And it's like every Raider we've had on says the same thing. They played on other teams, but the Oakland Raiders, the Vegas Raiders, they take care of their people. That's the one thing we always hear.
They take care of their people, man. Hey, you know what, man? They care, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I went there, dude, I used to always see like all those guys used to be hanging around. I mean, so if you ever wanted any type of advice, I mean, Tatum out there, Branch, Belentikov, Willie Brown. I mean, them dudes used to always be around there, man. Lester Hayes.
Yeah.
George Atkinson.
Well, look, we got to wrap this thing up.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, you look at what Antonio Pierce, he wants the veterans to come back and hang out. And the guy before him, McDaniels, was kind of like, this is my thing. I'm going to do things my way. And remember when we talked about it, when Shanahan took over and tried to make wholesale changes and the team just kind of rebelled. This is going to be, they were at rock bottom with McDaniels. Man, they about to come up, and the former players are excited to be a part of it again. I was with some guys last couple weekends ago, and they are excited to get in there and share their experiences with the new guys. And Lorenzo, you better be sharing your story too, man, because I'm telling you, guys will run through a wall when they hear your story.
Oh man, I'm here for them. Whenever the Raiders call me, dude, I'm there, dude.
Oh, I love that. Sort of a former Cowboy, former Chicago Bear, former Cardinal, and former Raider, and and I got to say, and hard worker. You can't outwork Lorenzo Lynch, and that's how you get to be in the NFL for so long. And we appreciate you coming by, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Lorenzo.
Man, thanks for having me. Hey. Just like the Shay Shay show. See, y'all didn't have one with your boy.
Yeah. I got a sports drink. That's all I got.
I'm looking around.
Next time we're drinking. We're drinking next time.
Okay, but look, thanks for having me, dude. Anytime, I'm here for y'all.
Thank you, man. All right.
Okay.
Lorenzo Lynch, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks,
former
Lorenzo.
Raider, former Bear, former Cardinal, and full-time workaholic, man. The guy knows how to work. And get that Lorenzo. No, it's Lorenzo. No, Lynch Jewelry. Lynch Jewelry,
Lynch
right?
Jewelers.
Lynch Jewelry.
Lynch Jewelers.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Instagram and TikTok.
Get it all. All up in that.
Love y'all, man.
Thank you. We'll be back
Love
with
you,
more
man.
Inside the Patch.
We see y'all.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back with more Inside the Patch on 1430 ESPN, your official home of the Las Vegas Raiders.